What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Today in Ace Combat. Today is September 27th, and back in 2010, Operation Geyer, bombing of St. Hewlett, and bombing of Sand Island, aka Mission 2, 3, and 4 of Ace Combat 5, took place today. Yeah, that's right, a whole lot happened today. So I just suggest you grab a hamburger or a pizza, whatever you prefer, relax, drink your water, and enjoy the episode. Following the SR-71's entry to Cape Landers and MiG-21's assault on War Dog Squadron, it was calm for 2 days. This leads to Mission 2 Open War, aka Operation Geyer. On September 27th, Sand Island's coast was approached by a random ship launching UAVs. Everyone thought they were being used to spy on the base, so War Dog was ordered to take them out. Afterwards, AWACS Thunderhead updated the team with multiple enemies coming their way, and fast.
Warning, multiple bogies inbound, closing fast.
Captain Bartlett ordered the team to retreat when he realized they were seriously outnumbered. Chopper took some damage, which made the captain change his mind and go against orders once again. I mean, seriously, who does this guy think he is? These enemies seem to be the same exact people from Mission 1 Shorebird when Bartlett questions their presence and responds with,
Back again, huh? Hope you're ready to fight this time.
After all enemies are taken care of, or what seems to be, the enemy orders their fighters to lure a member of War Dog to low altitude for anti-aircraft weapons.
Warning still in effect. Keep your heads on a swivel. Watch out, Nagasei. They're down below us, too. I'm just gonna bail out here. We can replace these things. It's getting the crew back alive that counts. Make a call to scramble the search and rescue copter and my reserve plane, okay? Warning! Warning! War Dog Squadron, return to base immediately.
But the rescue helicopter isn't here yet.
Leave that to the rescue team. Refuel and rearm at the base, and get back in the air immediately. The enemy has declared war on us.
The enemy escapes and a search rescue mission is underway for Bartlett. Osea has no idea what country the ship is from, and Yuktobania officially declares war upon Osea. Which leads to Mission 3, Narrow Margin, aka bombing of St. Hewlett. Well, since you probably guessed by the title, St. Hewlett is an Osean naval port bombed by Yuktobania in a surprise attack. It's such an emergency that an in-flight briefing is performed by AWACS Thunderhead. 3rd Osean Naval Fleet Forces take heavy losses as they can't do much being docked at the port and attempt to escape. Your job is to provide them air support, and the biggest ship here is the Kestrel, which is the flagship of the 3rd Naval Fleet, aka the lead ship. Its mission failed if the Kestrel takes too much damage, and thus the battle begins. This is the first mission where you are able to give War Dog Squadron command over battle. Blaze takes the captain's slot as Nagasei presumes he will lead. A few minutes into the battle, Marcus Snow, aka call sign Swordsman, is an Osean Maritime Defense Force pilot and leader of Strike Fighter Squadron 206 of Kestrel. He appears and claims he's on the way to protect his ship. AWACS Thunderhead denies him entry and tells him to stay in the eastern sector. He follows orders and resumes battle. After a bit more fighting, a horrifying scene begins to take place.
I shouldn't have looked. When that enemy plane crashed and covered the water in flames, there were people floating right there. I could see their faces. So many of them. Somebody stop this. I can't take it anymore.
All remaining ships were now sailing into the open Cirrus Ocean. Captain of the Kestrel, Captain Nicholas Anderson, then recognized formations in order to combat the enemy. As you might have guessed, things from here did not get any better for Osea. Osean fleet members were jumping ship to escape the fires, and hospitals were working as fast as possible to get people in and out. The bombing led to confusion, and even one Osean ship fired its friendly dock with CIWS guns, also known as close-in weapon system guns. guns. Kestrel had priority to get out of there safely. War Dog and VFA 206 were simultaneously in support, and after a short felt battle against Yuktobania's air support and ships, their blockade was no more, and the Osean naval fleet successfully escaped. That's right, we secured a dub finally, of course, probably not in the best way possible. This leads into Mission 4 First Flight, aka Bombing of Sand Island. Once again, by the title, you probably guessed Sand Island is getting bombed. So we get an update on Captain Bartlett's existence. He's nowhere to be found. All the search crew discovered was a retreating enemy ship. Just when you thought it was enough, it was never enough. The mission starts off in a panic out of nowhere. Base control tower is going nuts, planes are scrambling all over, and there's a bunch of bombs being dropped. I mean, can you blame them? War Dog Squadron takes off ASAP after the first wave of bombing finally pauses. Their objective is to intercept the bombers. Once they take off, they get a radio call from Lieutenant Colonel Ford, taking command of War Dog Squadron, who's actually on his way to Sand Island Air Force Base to provide support. And so begins the battle of War Dog Squadron versus a long string of bombers and attackers. After a good bit of the fight, a cutscene ensues, which leads to Pops taking off an Archer, aka Grim, who by the way is a rookie pilot, pulls out of the hangar in hopes of taking off.
Pops is taking off.
Look at the hangar! Who the hell pulled that out?
This is Grim. I was in the hangar helping out the mechanic. I'm taking off.
The hell you are? You're not even out of replacement pilot training yet. Aren't there any other spare pilots around?
I didn't see any.
There's no time. Be careful, Grim. I'll cover you.
I'll try.
The fight continues as you are to protect Grim from any bombers hitting the runway or him. After a few minutes, Grim finally takes off, and then Ford randomly appears back into the conversation. Who the fuck asked this man to come back? Oh, that's right. He's our leader providing support. Right. Ford asks permission from base control tower to land since he's out of fuel. And unfortunately, they tell him no and assure it is not safe yet and that it is definitely a life risk. But he has no other choice and does it anyway. After another wave of bombers arrive, War Dog Squadron fends them off, which...
Yes, sir.
I'll make sure to write you up after I land.
He's channeling fire! The Lieutenant Colonel's...
finally leads to the end of the mission. Immediately after the bombing ends, repairs on Sand Island Air Force Base began. I mean, that's just fucking incredible. How do you go from midlife crisis to all of a sudden, back to normal? I guess let's just start rebuilding, you know? Shit, man, that's as productive as I can call it. I mean, I've never seen a team that well. Alrighty, everyone, that's going to be it for today's episode of Today in Ace Combat. I want to know in the comment section below, out of these 3 missions, which one is your favorite and why? For me, I gotta go with Mission 3 Narrow Margin, the bombing of St. Hewlett. This mission is so emotionally wrecking. I mean, of course, we finally get to meet the one and only Kestrel, which is an absolute honor, but on top of that, the fact that you get to hear a lot of people crying, dying, a cutscene ensuing, the emotional impact of seeing a dead body in the ocean, I mean, this is just kind of fucking ridiculous. It definitely gives the Hoffnung vibes, and I cannot imagine exactly how much this fucked up War Dog Squadron. But to be quite honest with you, they did their job, and they're really real ones for saving the Osean naval fleet. If you guys haven't already, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and join the Discord. The links are in the description down below. Please, for Captain Bartlett, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I hope you guys are enjoying the content as much as I have. That's going to be it. I'm gonna get out of here. I love you guys so much. Thank you all so much for watching today's video, and of course, as always, I will see you all in solitary.